All right, you guys. Welcome, 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 welcome to our reveal after convention 2024. It's been so amazing to be able to hang out with all of you guys and to be able to experience that with you. We are, like I said, we are excited to have you guys here. If you have questions, we'll have a time at the very end where we'll be able to answer those. Otherwise, just put them in the chat. We've got a lot of qualified people here who are going to be more than happy to answer your questions as we go through. Gosh, look at all you guys. Love it. Love seeing you guys all here. Okay. I just shared my screen. Can you guys see it? Presentation? Okay. So this, you guys, is just as we're looking at, let's see, I'm hoping that I can turn on. Okay, there we go. So these are just snapshots on the left-hand side of all of us during our presentation or during convention. It's one of my most favorite times of the entire year because we get to hang out with our friends, we get to see people, we see them during the week all the time on classes, but this time we get to really celebrate them. And so we had a lot of different opportunities to hang out with everybody, and it was so much fun. And I just want to first of all say thank you. Thank you to each one of you guys who made the effort to come to convention. I know that it can get expensive. I know that it can interfere with work schedules and everything else, but there is nothing like being at convention in person. I would love it if somebody that went would be able to unmute. And if you guys want to just raise your hand, I can kind of call you out. If you raise your hand, and we'll get a couple of testimonials on why isn't going to convention in person important to you, or what was your favorite thing about it? Okay, Jules. Can you guys hear her? Did you unmute and go, Jules?
She's not unmuted yet.
Okay. Okay. Is there anyone else who would like to share with us their experience about convention and why they love to go in person?
Okay, so Haley, I'm here, and I'm just going to say it was fabulous this year. We had about 12 of my team there and 3 or 4 people that have never attended before. So super excited to have them experience the experience. And to taste all of the different new products and try them in the experience room. And my favorite part was the lab. I don't know about you guys, but oh my gosh, we came home with a big eyedropper bottle of a blend that the lab helped us make. I don't have it in front of me, but it was a fairly large bottle, and it had Euro palm and sandalwood and, oh my gosh, immortelle, frankincense, wonderful, wonderful oils, and using it on my skin every day. So my favorite part is hugging all you guys.
I think that we could all agree with Bobby, right? Is being able to just see everybody in person and to get to hang out. But the experience room is definitely one of those things that everybody loves to go to. Bobby's talking about they let us make something. So they had a up and coming, maybe facial serum. And they were using castor oil. And that's one of the products that I'm like, gosh, I really thought we were going to get a castor oil for convention. And that was actually doTERRA's castor oil, which was amazing. I don't know if you guys have tried it on your skin yet, but it is amazing. And I cannot wait till they release it for everybody to be able to use. So that's great, Bobby. Okay, who else? Who else had an experience or something that they love about convention? Okay, Jules.
Let's try again. Can you guys hear me?
We can.
Oh, good. Okay. So a couple of things. I just think convention is great because for me, I am a science nerd and I love being able to talk to all the doctors and literally stopping them in the hall if you have a question, and they will stop and they will talk to you and answer your questions, let alone going into the experience room or, you know, into the marketplace or wherever you see them, they'll stop and talk to you, which I love that. I had a chance to talk to Dr. Goff and Dr. Riggs both. So that was super cool. But I wanted to share, a lot of you that went, you saw that I had James with me and James's daughter, Carly, and her husband, Cody. And they have all come to the last three. Carly's come to the last three. Cody's come to the last two conventions. And it was really great at the end of each day, sitting with them and talking and asking them what they loved most about it and hearing what they loved most about it. But the thing that Carly said to me that I really resonated and really hit home, she said, I love coming to this because it energizes me and remotivates me about what I have my hands on, and that I should be really using all of these things that I have access to. And she said, I just kind of forget because it's not my day to day. She's a nail tech and she's, you know, 29 years old and they're busy being young newlyweds and all of that. And she said, that's the most important thing for me, is that jolt that I get when I come and realize what I have my hands on. So I thought that was really cool. And I wanted to share that with everyone. If you've not been, just know that that was someone's experience who's just been the last 3 years. And she just every time is really, really motivated to jump back in and really start using our products.
I think a lot of us could agree with that. It's like we get in the habit of doing something and then pretty soon we're away from it. We don't hear more testimonials. We don't stay plugged into the weekly classes and things. And what's easy to do is also easy not to do. So being able to go there and see that people are having extremely profound experiences. And one thing, you know, I had a friend that posted a picture, or no, she actually went to Costco or something, and it had been about a year since she had had her picture taken. And the guy looked at it and he goes, "This is not you." She goes, "Yes, it is me." And he goes, that was a year ago, before I was taking all of the lifelong vitality products and the all of the Meta Power and everything else. And she said it was such a good compliment, but we forget where we were before we got into our daily habit routine and the experiences and the success that we've had. Okay, anybody else want to share something exciting that they were experienced at convention? If not, I'll 100% go. You guys know me, I'm long-winded. I could talk forever. One of the things that I love the most, and some of you guys know this, some of you don't, but Dr. O. Dr. O was a doctor that doTERRA sought after for about 6 years, and they heavily went for him. And they said, "Hey, we want you to come over and help us," because he's got all of these different credentials. He was the infectious disease chief person at one of the hospitals over in Utah. He also has a platform where he helps with children, and he goes back to Congress and he fights for us, or fights for the medical industry. Well, they went after him for a long time and said, "You've got to come and you've got to help us. You've got to partner with us." And he was like, "Oh, that's okay. You guys, you know, enjoy your essential oil thing. That's really cute." And you guys, now fast forward, gosh, about what, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, when he came over, now to hear the passion in his voice and the purpose for doTERRA, he's like, what people need to understand is, if you are not educated and you don't, and if you think our oil is like everyone else's, you are misinformed, and other oils can actually harm people. That we need to be very proactive in knowing that ours stands out in the industry. There is nothing like it because it is tested. And when we talk about CPTG and the testing that goes behind doTERRA, there's a reason, and it's incredible. And the science backs it up now, you guys. We've been in business long enough that now there are all kinds of different studies and papers that have been written that prove, and we're starting to get certified as, you know, over the counter, and that we can make different claims and things because we're here long enough to make that happen. So I'm excited, you guys. We're going to go into the presentation. So you can see on the right-hand side, these are the products that are being launched. The 3 essential oil blends that are featured in the middle are limited time oils. I also want you to notice that they have a different type of a cap. So as you're using them, know that doTERRA is transitioning into even bigger and better. Anytime doTERRA has a product that they change, it's simply because there is something better out there, or they have got source a new ingredient or a new thing or a new process to where it can work for our bodies even better than what we already have. Okay, you guys, we help people around the world. I don't know if you guys pay attention very much to this part of it, but we source things from all over the world. Literally, millions and millions of people are not only helped with being able to, farm and use this as a way to make an income, but every time somebody cracks open a bottle of our essential oils, it is going like twofold, both sides, right? Everywhere from the planters to the harvesters, to the people who do the bottling and the testing, all the way through till it gets to us. Over 10 million families have access to our products. And that's pretty incredible, you guys. doTERRA is the leading largest essential oil company in the world. Not only that, but we have a product that is out there that is above the rest by miles. And so we can trust that when we are talking to somebody or when we want to really change somebody's lives, that it's the real deal. And I love that all of their products, not just their essential oils, but their supplements, also have that same kind of testing. And as we talk more about this, I want you guys to remember, as we're introducing you to this, there is so much more information coming. So be watching for where we're going to do deep dives into each one of these products. So today you're just going to get kind of the tip of the iceberg of what we have that has been launched. Now, I also want to show you this chart because we source from around the world. A lot of times people are like, well, why? Why do we do that? One of the most important reasons that we do this is so that we can get the best product, because it's grown in the origin, in the way, with the soil, with the sunlight, with all of the different things, to make sure that it is the most potent for us. And then in return for that, you guys, we've been able to start something called co-impact sourcing, where we partner with small businesses. Now, some people will have maybe 12 trees, and if they are tested and their product is approved for us, we will use them. And we also go into very large companies. But doTERRA has made a promise not only to us, but to everyone else, that we want to make an impact. We want to not just be the corporation that comes in and wipes out all the little guys. We are the little guy, and we partner with them to make sure that it is helping everybody on both sides of the bottle. Okay, so here we go. New products, most of them are going to be available October 1st. There will probably be a few of the products that are limited in quantity just as we launch it, so that people don't come in and wipe us out. Another thing that I want you to keep in mind is, if you're familiar with ordering on doTERRA's loyalty rewards program, we know that there is a drop-down menu on some of their main products where you can make bundles and you can add additional things at an additional discounted price. This is going to be the case for a lot of these. I haven't seen the actual pricing in those bundles yet, but know that doTERRA has got an eye out for us, and they want to make sure that we can get them for our whole families, knowing that the prices of everything in the world is going up right now, and we are able to, put some of these bundles together to make sure that we're getting some of those, and I'm going to say basic nutrients, that is something that we must have going in the future. Okay, so frankincense. How many of you guys, put it in the chat, how many of you guys use frankincense on a daily basis? We've known for a long time, right, Diane? She's going, me, because frankincense, when in doubt, you get that frankincense out. And here's a list of all the different things on the side that are benefits that come from frankincense. Now, the products that doTERRA is launching are products that they have been working for 14 years to get something that is cutting edge, something that is nobody else has it in the industry, and yet it's going to give us so many more benefits. Frankincense is something that you can use from head to toe. I love starting my day with a drop of it in underneath my tongue. And there's many times throughout the day, if I'm having a little bit of, brain fog or something like that going on, I will use it again. A lot of the benefits that we have, if you guys have something that you use it for as a go-to often, please put that in the chat for us so that everybody can kind of see what it is and how versatile it is in using in so many different ways. Now, this is something that is in our lifelong vitality pack, which we will get to in just a minute. But first, drum roll. All right, you guys, this is frankincense capsules and frankincense stick. I've got they are both the same price, retail and wholesale. If you know anyone, or if you're here for the first time and don't have wholesale purchasing yet, please, at the end, we've got a couple of different codes and ways that we can help you save at least 25% off, if not deeper. We can show you how to bundle up these things and to go forward. All right, so the first one we're going to highlight is the frankincense capsules. Who would like to share any kind of information, or what did you learn about this, or who's tried it? Who wants to go first?
Well, Haley, I just have to say that I learned from Dr. Scott Johnson that I think there's 1.5 drops in every capsule. Is that correct? Can anybody validate that?
So I haven't seen any of that research yet. And you guys, I'm 1 day coming back from convention. So we're still gathering information. But what I want you to know is frankincense, it does all of these different amazing things for our body. And now they're taking it to the next level. If you look at the little capsule in the picture, you'll see that they've used the same technology that they did in like our PB Assist or our turmeric capsule, where there's a capsule inside of a capsule. There is essential oil inside the capsule, as well as boswellic acid complex. Now, you guys, this is going to be the thing that sets us apart. And we are taking that frankincense and we're really utilizing all of its full potential. Now, boswellic acid benefits are cell renewal and support. I mean, if we're out there, we're being exposed to all kinds of different things. So everything from toxic stress to, not enough sleep to, our minds are overwhelmed. I mean, if anybody has any cognitive functions where their brain is not operating to its full potential, then this capsule is going to be for you. It also is really great for supporting our immune system. Over the last few years, I think most of us has probably at one time or another experienced something where our immunity has been compromised and it's been harder for us to bounce back. What I know for sure is that when you are on a regular basis taking some of these products and you're supporting your body the best way possible, then what happens is pretty soon, if you are affected with something, or maybe you're exposed to something, or you're really tired or something, you're bouncing back a lot faster. Now, I have a friend who I shared her video in our Good Vibes team, and she talked about when she took this capsule, she's like, whoa, it gave me such a calming and relaxing benefit and feel. All right, Jules.
I think I'm going to be really obsessed with this capsule and the stick, I have to say. But since we're talking about the capsule, you guys, of all those of you who know me, who have listened to me anytime I was teaching or just talking in general, I have too much inflammation in my body. I'm one of those people that I walk around with way too much inflammation. And I started this as soon as I got my hands on it. And I've been taking one a day. And while I was at convention doing all the stairs that we did, because I never take an elevator, I always do stairs. And my knees were not feeling great, particularly my right knee. And I think that this really helped with the overall inflammatory process in my body and lessening it. So I'm super excited to stay with it for at least 30 days and see what I can experience, because just in the last 3 or 4 days, I feel like it's really, really helped me.
So one of the things, stay unmuted real fast, Jules, is because as we were, learning more about it, they were recommending it for men, especially anyone who has any kind of joint discomfort or brain fog, or, something where you just kind of lose track of things. Maybe you're very forgetful. This, along with the omega that we're going to talk about in a few minutes, is something that is a great partnership. Now, when would you recommend to take this, Jules? Just as a regular, because we have deep blue polyphenol and we have turmeric and copaiba. So where do you see this fitting in?
I have been taking mine in the morning. First thing in the morning when I break my fast, that's when I've been taking it. I take turmeric and the deep blue capsules at night with my last Terrazyme before I go to bed. And I don't know that's, again, I don't know enough about it yet to really determine if that's the best way or not. but that's just kind of how I did it and my way of thinking was get some of that support in the morning for the day and then switch it up and get some more support in a different way at night. So that's kind of how I did it, but I will definitely be digging into the research and seeing if I can tell you guys anything else as I learn about it. I am obsessed with metabolic aging and what we can do to change that. So I will definitely keep you guys posted on what I learn.
Well, and biohacking, right? I mean, that's what
Yeah.
we're all about, is reversing the age so that we can live better longer, instead of people going, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm 90 years old. No, 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 no. We're going to reverse that. So we are doing and are way more active. Okay, Diane.
So, I can't raise my hand because I'm your assistant, so I didn't do that. I am super excited. I saw a testimonial, a live video that someone had done that was having, just after one dose, felt much better mentally and emotionally. So that for me is super exciting. And frankincense on a cognitive level, if this can be another tool in the toolbox for people that suffer from mental challenges, then I'm all in. So
Awesome.
super
Okay.
excited about that.
Well, and we know you love Frank, right? Frank is the answer for everything. So this is just going to 10x it. And so if anybody is familiar with the 10x approach, this is just so much of a higher level of being able to get that boswellic acid in those capsules so that we can consume it, is next level amazingness. Okay, Lucy. Are you muted? Sometimes on our phones, it's a little hard to unmute because it doesn't give us the screen right away.
Oh, I finally got it. I'm sorry. You're exactly right. It won't give the screen right away. I can't wait to get the convention kit. I was able to listen online, but one of the things I picked up from Dr. Hill was just a reminder that there's not immediate relief like to inflammation and such with the frankincense capsules, that he reiterated we want to remember to take them on a consistent basis. And over time, we will see significant improvements.
You know, the studies, I can't wait till the studies and the trials come out, because doTERRA really does spend a lot of time and effort making sure that that information is collected where we'll be able to have it. So great job, Lucy. Thank you for sharing that. All right, so now we're moving into the frankincense stick with Nile wood. Now, Nile wood is something that comes from Hawaii, which is super awesome. This is something that we were able to get our hands on when we went in person. So I'm just going to throw out there that when you show up to doTERRA live in person, there's always extra perks. For years we got our hands on birch, which was a limited time oil and now we've got Nile wood. Nile wood is not going to be available for purchase as of now, maybe down the road somewhere, but this really is going to give it that extra kick. Nile wood. So this stick is similar to the Deep Blue or the Serenity sticks if you've already used those. Some people were mentioning how they are going to be layering them together. So the Nile wood first and then put the Deep Blue stick on top of it. Really, it's just a matter of, the different kinds of support you want. Sometimes, especially when I've been going up and down stairs and shoot, we were walking like 10 to 14,000 steps a day at convention, even though we're still sitting, but we're walking a lot. My ankles were hurting and my feet were hurting a little. And I'd come home at night and I would just put that frankincense stick on with the Deep Blue. And then I also took the frankincense capsule, and I just would wake up the next morning and I didn't have to toss and turn and have any of that discomfort. So I also wanted to point out that Nile wood helps to soothe skin irritation. So if you have cuts, burns, scrapes, any kind of, like darkness in your skin or scarring and things, this is really going to be amazing. So we were in the experience room, they have little booths set up where you can go in and ask all your questions. And I love to just kind of go and hang out and listen to what other people are learning. But one of them was one of our girls took that now and they put it on, or the frankincense stick, and he put it on the lips. And the guy goes, "Oh, no, 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 don't put it on your lips." And I was like, "Why? Is Nile wood bad?" Well, everything we'd learned so far said it was great to soothe and comfort skin and to support it. And then what we know about frankincense is the king of all, right? So I'm going, all right, well, and I'm not sure if he was new to doTERRA or not, but I'm 100% going, yeah, I think that you'd be able to put this, on dry spots, all kinds of things. Would anybody like to share their experience or what they learned about the frankincense or frankenstick? I saw Lisa Verner's on here and she put frankenstick, right? This is like such a fun, great new tool that we have. You guys, I threw this presentation together really quick, and so I can see I've got a few errors and typos, so excuse those as we're going through. I'm just seeing if you guys are paying attention. Anybody? Yes.
Yeah. I've been using this stick. I heard someone say I put a drop of frankincense on top of the stick, and I've been putting it in like my lower back areas that figured it's great for inflammation, things that I would typically put my deep blue. I'm just trying it out and seeing how it's gonna feel. So I'm excited. It's great for skin. So yeah, let's see.
That's awesome, Ani. That discomfort, right? Something that's
Exactly.
been constant. And you guys, one thing about where Ani said she put a little bit of frankincense on the stick is that's just the consistency of the essential oil plus then the formula of the stick is just going to drive that oil in further. And it's also going to keep it on at that cellular topical level longer. So super soothing, super soothing. Very good. Thank you, Ani.
You're welcome.
Anything else that you want to add to frankincense stick or anybody else? Okay, we're going to jump right into one of my favorite things. And I think this is something that overall was a huge success in releasing this to us as wellness advocates. So many times I hear people say, "Oh my gosh, I can't take all of those pills," or "How can I blend them up?" or how can I get the lifelong vitality in my body without having to swallow, in some cases like 15 or 16 pills at a time. That's me. Like I have no problem putting a whole handful of pills in my mouth at once and swallowing them. That's how I was taught as a little girl. And so it's not a big deal, but for some it's real. And lifelong vitality, just so you guys know, is not going away. This is not replacing it, but you probably are not going to need to do it in addition to. So everything that we need, we've got cellular support. So like the alpha CRS, and we've got nutrition. So we've got the VMZ in here, and we've got a super food blend, which is really important for us. And then biotransformational blend. So you guys, this product is bioavailable, and this is really important. If you don't know what bioavailability is, it's the ability for our cells to be able to intake the nutrients or whatever it is that's been given. So many people have their cell receptor sites are blocked or clogged up. Think of a car and an oil change. You can go in and just keep adding oil to your car, but eventually it's going to get all gummy and sticky, and it's going to need to have an oil change with a filter change and everything else. So if we're doing that, one of the really cool things about this blend is the essential oils that are being partnered with it so that it is bioavailable and helps to keep those cells clean so that we can intake all of the nutrition that is there for us. Now it is a powder form, and which I love. It's a 3-in-1 product. So it has everything that we need thrown into that little packet. There's been a lot of conversation around who gets to have it and how often should you take it and what is the age group. And I've been listening a little bit to this, but I mean, realistically, you guys, we don't eat enough real food. And if we are eating real food, it's hard to get it that isn't had some kind of either over processed or been, you know, exposed to different contaminants or different pesticides and chemicals. Our soil is depleted. So as things are planted and we're, you know, we've got vegetables in the ground and things, they're not able to get the proper minerals and vitamins out of the soil. So that means if the plant doesn't have it, we're definitely not getting it. One of the things that they shared with us at convention was, in order for you to get the same vitamin C as you would have, as they did like when our grandparents were young, they would eat one orange. We would have to eat 8 oranges to get the same amount of nutrients. And I don't know about you, but I can't eat the amount of fruits and vegetables needed to get what my body needs. So another thing that has suffered is our gut health. How many of you guys know somebody or experience gut health issues for yourself? I think that we could probably raise our hands around the room and go, okay, most of us have some kind of a gut issue. And then, you know, just we are also dealing with a poor diet, chronic stress, toxic things, you know, for everything from stuff down the street to our foods and everything else. And so our bodies need to have that basic nutrition so that we can so that we can work and we can perform to our best ability. So what's really great about here too is we have essential oils in there, and there's a list of them. I don't have them right in front of me, but like ginger, wild orange, I think lemongrass was on there. And these are all oils that help us to be able to have those clean cells. We have whole foods and vitamins. There's also in this powder is digestive enzymes and probiotics. And so really, you guys, this is amazing. Who would like to talk to us or share with us what they know about the VMG Plus? Just for giggles, it's vitamins, minerals, greens, plus a whole lot more. Like there's a ton of stuff in here. The flavor, anybody who wants to talk about this one? Okay, J-Lo, go ahead.
I actually hadn't tasted it until this morning. I actually videotaped myself taking it this morning, and it really has a good taste. I was expecting it to still taste a little gritty like the greens, because I had moved from drinking the greens by itself to drinking it with my protein shake, just because of the grittiness, but it has a really flavorful taste. Like the first thing that popped out at me was the pineapple. I could immediately taste the pineapple in the flavoring, and it was like no aftertaste. No, it was spectacular. And I actually had a good day. It was like, it gave me energy to make it to the end of the day. It really did. It was good. Very good.
Okay, Ani. Thank you, J-Lo.
I love it. When Sarah and I were tasting it, I said, oh my God, it tastes like pina colada without the alcohol. So, I mean, of course, there's a little bit of mango, but so I've been drinking it. I've been adding it I drank it alone. It tastes great. A little too sweet for me, but then I've been putting the collagen in one shot. I love it.
That's awesome, you guys. So Ani mentioned that she's been putting it with the collagen. So we've heard a lot of different people testimonials on how do you use it? When do you use it? What's the best result? Some people, you guys, you can just mix it with water. 12, 14, 16 ounces. If it's too sweet for you, then add more water, shake it up really good and drink it. If you are going to mix it with your advantage, then the collagen packet or the advantage is intended to be drank quickly and cold. So you're not going to want to put this in hot water, warm water, or anything else. You're going to want to keep it cold. And so if you mix this up, some people will do like a 4-ounce shaker, like a little shot glass. You can pour both of them in there, shake it up really good, and just drink it and be done. I also heard people saying that they were putting their Recharge in there, which Recharge, if you've not tried it, is by far one of my favorite products. I love it. But again, you're going to get a little bit sweeter. You can add this to your yogurt. You could add it to your smoothies. You could put your PB Assist packet in there. really there isn't any, you shouldn't do this. The only thing I would say is if you are going to be using it later in the afternoon, it's got minerals and vitamins. It's going to give you some energy. And so take it, you know, mid-morning, early morning, something like that. Now, I'm just going to kind of throw out there a few of the questions and some of the things that I've seen people ask. Number one is, can you give it to your dogs? You guys, it has grapes and xylitol, so no dogs. Do not put this in your powder for your dogs. How young can somebody take this? So under 4 years old, that's quite a punch, right? That's a lot of vitamins, a lot of minerals, a lot of food for them. So for now, what we're recommending is to, if you have like 3 kids, you could make up the full amount and split it between your 3 kids. Jules, if you found out anything else about that, if you want to unmute and kind of share, if you can, about taking this or how to take it.
I haven't found out any more than I shared on the Marco amongst some of us leaders, but what I will share here is that I did talk to Dr. Goff, and he said basically what you just said about littles. He said his kids were all in their teens now, but that if they were little, he has 3 of them, he would mix up a packet of that and he would split it equally between the 3 of them. So if you have 2 littles, then like my daughter and my granddaughter and grandson, I'm going to have her mix up a packet and give my 2-year-old grandson a little bit and the 4-year-old granddaughter a little bit, and then she'll finish the rest of it off. So another thing that I think that can be done, and I don't want anyone to quote me on this, but I think that if we mix it up and then put it in ice cubes, I think you could put a popsicle stick in them and freeze them. And I don't think, if it's frozen right away, I don't think it will lose any of its nutritional value. And so then you have something that you could give your littles that is also very nutrient dense, but it doesn't have any bad stuff in it. So I'm going to look at that too, because that was my first thought was, oh, this could be a great little treat for the kids as well. And you wouldn't have to worry about what you're giving them. So I'll follow up on that and share as I learn more too. But this is definitely a product like Haley, like you just said, that is going to give you more energy when you drink it. It's not like a caffeine buzz. It's not anything like that. It is just such good bioavailable nutrition that your body feels so much better. Your brain clarity improves. Your body just feels better. Everyone that has taken it, the 4 of us that were traveling together has taken it. We shared it with a couple other people, and they have all reached out to me and said, I just feel like I have more energy and my brain is much sharper. So just know that that's something that you can expect. So far, that has been, of the 6 of us that have taken it, it's been 6 for 6 that everybody has said that.
So if in the case you try it yourself and you're going, I'm not really sure about liking it, then do less water, make it more like in a shot glass. Find a way to get it in you, because you guys, the amount of value that's in here, and I think it was like, oh gosh, 5 times more or lasted 5 times longer or something like that. I mean, you guys, this is next level science and delivery for us in a supplement. And when I first took it, I'm thinking, how can it have that much goodness in just this little drink? And yet you guys, anybody who does, you know, fresh fruit smoothies or has been juicing or all that, it's that plus so much more. And so whatever you need to do to get it in you, then that's what we're going to do. I love the idea of making a popsicle. I actually thought of that. I thought, gosh, we could mix it up and freeze it and then just throw it in a glass of water on the go, or let your little ones, you know, suck on it or whatever. It doesn't matter. But as we learn more, you guys, we will definitely pass that forward to you. Oh, one other thing I wanted to mention about it. So if you're a really, really busy person, some people, I heard them say they were taking 2 packets, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. I would definitely recommend 1 and then do a trial and error type thing. Most people that I know would only need 1 of these packets. And there will also be that bonus buying where you can bundle it up and you'll be able to save. All right, we're going to go into the Omega Plus, you guys. So lots of chatter about this. I'm going to take one out so you can see. The pills are a little bit larger. Like I'm going to say the capsule, whoops, I don't know. See the capsule? It's pretty big. And that's something that people have been commenting on is Holy cow, how are we supposed to get that down our little kids' throats? You guys, this is something that I've taken one and I just popped it in my mouth and chewed on it because I thought, you know what, I do that with everything. I'm going to try it. And it has a really smooth, or wild orange taste to it. And then I was reading where somebody else did it. She says, and then you kind of have the consistency of a gummy with the capsule. So you can just chew it on or spit it out or whatever it is that you want to do. You guys, when you learn the benefits of the omega and next level again, this is so much more than what our last omega was. And they've partnered it with even more wild orange so that it can get us even more benefits. Here are some of the things, muscles and joints. I mean, we've heard people already say, gosh, my muscles, my joints, my knees, my elbows, those things have been bothering me. And so these are things that the omega is going to be able to benefit. Is there anyone here who would like to share their experience or what they've noticed or what they learned about the omegas? All right, Jules?
I'll go again. I told you guys, I warned you guys all. I am so obsessed with biohacking and this nutrition thing that I just am so excited about all these products. So one of the things that I wanted to share, and again, I have to tell you, I have to preface this with, don't quote me on this because I don't have my notes in front of me, but what in the in-house clinical trials that they did at doTERRA, when they were taking this particular product, when the subjects were taking this particular product, they noticed I want to say it was like a 37% decrease in cholesterol numbers. And they had a almost 50%, I think it was 49% decrease in heart rate. In other words, how hard the heart is working, resting heart rate. So I think that in itself, as we dig into this, I think we're going to find this can be so helpful to so many people. And the key to it is that it has that wild orange, because our fabulous scientists discovered that wild orange takes those omegas to the next level. And it also depends on where the omegas come from. And these all come from the Nordic area of the world. And so that fish it comes from cold, cold, cold water. And those fish are really, really clean. That area of the world, the water is really, really clean. So those products that are in there, that fish oil and that wild orange, are going to take that heart support to a next level. And that's what the clinical trials are already showing. So I just think it's huge for all of us.
So one of the cool things about where we source our omegas from is if you think of the different things that have been exposed to the oceans in the Pacific, from radiation. I mean, they've got radiation coming all the way to the California coast. And if it's in the water, it's in the fish, which means it's in the oil. When they go into the Nordic area, then they are testing for all of those things again. So they test for contaminants and pesticides and so we found something that's super clean. Now, some of you know this, but some of you may not know that if you look at the bottom of a bottle of your essential oil, it has a code there. You can go to sourcetoyou.com, put that code in there, and you can trace that bottle of essential oils all the way back to the earth. Well, coming to a theater near you is they're hoping at some point to be able to have the same technology or the same information on the bottoms of these, which you can track it right down to the fishing boat that went out and caught the fish. That there is some pretty cool stuff, which reminds me of how doTERRA is an open book. We aren't putting all kinds of fluff and stuff on the labels. We're not filling things with fairy dust. We're putting on and so when we were listening to a presentation, I remember Dr. O saying, what's on the label is equally as important as what's in the bottle. And in a lot of cases, it's a lie. Like they're so misguiding on what they put on those labels that we really get to be little detectives and say, what really is in there? What does that mean? What is that code for? As a matter of fact, I saw birch being disguised as something else so that people will have, they'll give it to they won't watch to keep it away from certain things. Okay, Jules?
Just was thinking about it. James and I were just talking about it as well. There was, not going to remember his name, but a researcher that doTERRA had brought in, and they referred to him basically as the #1 fish oil researcher in the world. This guy has been studying fish oils for over 50 years, and he is the guy that the science always goes back to. He's done more studies, all the different things. He's very well respected, and he was there to talk about how fabulous this product that doTERRA has launched really is, and how it is, well, you know, over and above what you can get on the marketplace anywhere else. So to what Haley just said, doTERRA is, they're open about what they're doing. You can, you know, it's like an open book, and they share these things. And then they have people like this guy, can't remember his name, but they have him who will come and say, this is the best product that I've seen. And I know fish oil like no one else. So I just wanted to throw that out there too. So food for thought for those of you who are thinking, okay, maybe this isn't all as great as it is. Maybe these guys are just on a high coming back from convention. Yeah, we are. But also the product is really, really outstanding. So I want everyone to rest assured in that.
Because we've been sniffing so much frankincense, right? It just makes us happy. And, you know, I know that, you know, it is important for doTERRA to stay in integrity. And that's, you know, one thing when people say, oh, but the prices just went up, or how much is it? When you're getting the very best, for me, I want to know that it's being sourced properly. I want to know that it's being tested properly. I want to know that they're not cutting corners to save price or to make it cheaper. And so I know that that is the mission of doTERRA, is to make sure that we have the very best of the best. And there's nothing wrong with, you know, driving an old fashioned, you know, Model T, but why would you when you could have a Mercedes, you know, or a Lamborghini or something? Is like, that is the difference. It's like, and where we're taking our products now are that next level, you know, the little car that lifts up off the ground and goes forward. You know, I mean, that's where we're headed. All right, you guys. So we're going to bring you lots more information on each one of those. We'll probably end up doing a specific call for each product, so we can do deeper dives as we get more familiar with the ingredients and break it down and give you more information. I want to introduce to you guys some different foundational wellness bundles. So if you are familiar with loyalty rewards, you know that when you buy certain things like the collagen or the lifelong vitality pack, a little menu comes up where you can pick 3 additional products at a way deeper discount. Some of them are up to 45% off, which I love that doTERRA makes that easy for us. But they've also put together bundles which are highly discounted below the wholesale price when you buy them all together. Now, as a person just getting started, this is kind of the basic protocol. What they're recommending that everybody, you know, get started with and do this at a minimum every single day. So you've got not only the VMG, but you've got the Omega, and then they've added in PB Restore. PB Restore is so much more than PB Assist used to be. It is that next level product also, which is everything pre, pro, and postbiotic for your body. These are great products that you will feel better, and everything is good, right? So then the next one, so if you want to get a little bit more life hacking, right, biohacking, and more energy, that our collagen, as we know, is got 9 different collagens in it. So it's much more than just hair, nail, and skins. It is for your brain health, your gut health, your emotions, for sleep, for rest, it turning back the clock, right? And then a Terrazyme. Terrazyme is an additional enzyme that we use in our household every day. I take 6 of them a day, and I love the way that it helps to support my body. Now, this is another bundle, so you can take that foundational bundle and you can add it to and get the Meta Power Assist, which then you get that drop down menu and you can purchase some of these products at an even deeper discount. Now, I'm going to kind of go through this, and I'm just going to give you some ideas on, you know, different ways that you can save. So if you know somebody, or maybe you're somebody who, you know, experiences a lot of issues with sleeping, there are more and more studies. There's actually a sleep study that you can do. It's available in our digital marketing kit that walks you through getting a better night's sleep. And it goes from, you know, journaling to all kinds of things. Anyhow, this would be a perfect thing. You have the foundation bundle, and then you could add on the Serenity bundle and really be able to support anybody with any kind of sleep issues. Now we have cellular health. So this is for people who might be getting a little older or might be facing something that's chronic, or maybe experiencing things where their body is just not, remembering things the way that they want it to, or, feels like it's just falling apart a little bit. This is the bundle plus all of the frankincense. You guys, frankincense is a go-to in our household. And I love that we have it in 2 more deliveries that are going to be very supportive with us. What I like about the stick, you guys, throw it in your purse. Throw it in your purse, leave it in your desk, whatever it is, and it has a real light frankincense scent. And so it's not offensive in any way. And then of course you can partner that up with the capsules. And then we have stress. So many people are dealing with chronic stress, like stress for, young kids. And what we know about adaptive, and we do feature this in one of our workshops that we host on Tuesdays on a regular basis, is, being able to not feel overwhelmed, or being able to cope with just everyday stuff. I love the adaptive system, and I know a lot of people who have been able to implement that into their daily routine. And you guys, this is when we're going to say less more often on being consistent. You're going to get really great results. I feel really sad for the ones who say, well, I tried it, and I did it for like 2 days and I didn't really notice anything, so I stopped. It's like, well, no, you need to do it more. You didn't get feeling that way overnight. So it may take a little bit of time, like Lucy said, to get our bodies used to going in and used to feeling good and being able to get better and better. Remember, you guys, less, more often. And then we have our energy. So you guys, we had one of my favorite things that they did at convention was Saturday afternoon, and they gave us protocols for kids. They gave us protocols, and they did good, better, best scenarios. So for men or people who are super active, this was one of them. It's like, okay, start with the foundation. There's your good. Your better would be to add on recharge, which is electrolytes, and then Mito 2 Max. You guys, these two together are going to take not only your energy, but your brain power onto the next level. And what I love about it, there's so many testimonials and different stories. Dr. Von Watts told a story about his son and playing soccer on a professional level, and how the kids were taking both the recharge and the Mito 2 Max right before a game. And then at halftime, they would give them again. And the kids are going, whatever you gave us last time, we got to have more. What was it? And they were, what was that drug you gave us? And he's like, it's not a drug. This is natural stuff that is fueling your body. And so, and then being able to add into this a couple of other products would be really, really great. So there are so many, and we'll be, like I said, we'll be bringing more to you. Okay, we are at Rainforest Blends. So doTERRA came up with 3 blends. People are like, where's the essential oils this year? Like, where's our new ones? Well, these are available for a limited time. These are meant to diffuse. So a lot of people are trying them on and wearing them, or, what we're used to just dumping them in our hands, and they were really potent and powerful. These are meant to be diffused in diffusers, and a little bit goes a long ways, like walking into a room that has a candle burning or something. And the smell or the scent is much different when you diffuse it versus when you're trying to wear it as a perfume or a cologne. So as you can see with this one, is full of all kinds of, petitgrain, eucalyptus, lime, lemon, vetiver. So this was my favorite. I don't know about you guys, but put your favorite in the comments or the chat. This was really awesome. One of the things that they did in the experience room is they had this big, huge tented off area with separators, and then they took you into where there was jungle-like. And then the next one is the coastal seaside blend. And again, you guys, if you know somebody who loves that scent of, being on the ocean, I actually look at this picture and have the smell, and I'm like, okay, that takes me to a vacation. I would be okay with going to a vacation. And when you smell it a little bit further away, so it's just like rose. If you have pure rose oil, most people, when they first smell it, are going, oh gosh, that is awful. What is it? But you take it and you dilute it, or you hold it back, and then all of a sudden you're going, wait, that is beautiful. And when they came out with Rose Touch, that's kind of a comparison for you guys. So this one has, you know, Siam wood, and you'll notice in these blends, you're going to get introduced to a lot of different essential oils that we don't have on a single. And so you'll be able to experience a whole nother thing. And they are also in the Emotions Essential Oils book, which I loved. And then the Vineyard Escape. Again, who doesn't want to go there? This just looks like a magical spot. And it's got all kinds of, you know, balsam Peru essential oil, Nootka, black currant essential oils, pimento berry, cistus. I mean, we got some biblical oils and some not so common oils. And so these are really great. These will be available. You'll see that they're all the same price. They'll be available starting October 1st, and they are a limited time essential oil. So if you like them, get them. And if you get them and you like them, get some more while they're available. Okay, so we have a couple of things going on right now. We have Masters Club and Diamond Club. I am so excited to be participating in these promotions. You can see that Sarah and Bobby, their codes are on this screen. If you work with these ladies, please, if you're enrolling somebody, reactivating somebody, or re-enrolling somebody, please use these codes and help your customers get free products. You'll see that at 100, they get a free bottle of Balance. At 150, they get the Balance Plus. They can choose one of the additional free gifts shown. And at 200, they get a Balance, an additional free gift of their choice, and an Adaptive Touch. These promotions, you guys, will be going on all the way through November. And so make sure that if you have any of these things happening, reach out to one of us. So my master's code, it's all the same promotions for all of us, and we want to help you get the best deal for your new customers. I've been reaching out to people saying, hey, how are you using your essential oils? And to the ones especially who haven't ordered in over a year. And I've had 3 people say, I want to renew my account. And I'm like, perfect. We're going to go ahead and help you get a reactivation. And then what doTERRA is doing with that reactivation is they're waiving the $25 fee and getting them those free oils in return. JLo?
Just a question really quick. I had a client enroll early September and we did it without a code. Could we call the company and give your code so that she's able to like get the Balance at least? She did get the diffuser, but
So reach out to me on that separate, and we'll see if we can't get that for you. Okay, perfect. All right, you guys. So before we open up for questions, I know this might go a little over, but I want to have questions if we have them. Fall tour is coming near you. If you go to tour.doterra.com, it'll list out a bunch of different places where they are going to be coming to a bunch of different cities. You can also, as a leader, if you're silver or above, you can request to do a leader-led tour in your own hometown. These are going to be featuring the Family Essentials Kit, which is the what you need to get started or what you want to have when you need it kit type thing. Plus, I'll be featuring some of the new product releases. So this is something that's exciting where you can, I would highly recommend getting to one of these things. When we had it in Elko last, I mean, we've had Lauren Bush here, we've had Scott Johnson here, we've had, oh yeah, James Bybee. We've had a bunch of people come, and it's really very informative and really cool. Now, last but not least, there are 2 QR codes on here. If you take a screenshot of this, the one on the right-hand side, if you go to that QR code, it's going to give you a link to our digital marketing kit and everything that had to do with convention. You do have to have a wholesale membership for that, but you can access that. And then on the left-hand side, you guys, this is something you all need to know, is that early bird tickets are going on sale right now, and they are $139, and they're only available through the 29th of September. And then they are going to go up in price. The reason that they're doing a short window like that is there are, I think, 10,000 tickets available only. They're only hosting it at the Salt Palace because the Delta Center will be under construction next year. So it's going to be get your ticket while you can. if you're not sure if you're going to convention, buy your ticket anyway, because I guarantee you somebody will want to purchase it from you. Now, back in the day when we had it at the Delta Center only, tickets would sell out when they opened it up within a few days. And so I don't think a lot of people realize that we're going to be in one area next year instead of two. But those tickets are available. Go to tickets.doterra.com and you can purchase yours. I went ahead and bought one for me, myself. Sorry, myself, my husband, and my son, because I know that I'm going to want to bring at least one person with me new. My goal every year is to bring somebody that hasn't been before. So, really good stuff. All right. And now, yay, you guys, welcome. I'm so excited that you guys are all here with us. Do we have anybody who wants to answer or ask a question? I did not watch the chat at all. I don't know if any of you leaders were able to do that.
No questions in the chat. We're good. But that's good to know that, and I saw that today, that they're only going to have convention at the Salt Palace. So good to know that they're limited in the number of tickets that they can sell. Exciting.
Haley, I want to jump in and just remind everybody. Haley mentioned this before we went through the oils, before we talked about convention and all of that, while we were still talking about all the nutrition. And Haley mentioned that some people will try it for a couple of days and then they go, I didn't really feel anything. Or they might try it for 2 or 3 weeks and then, I didn't really feel anything. Our body turns over cells and replicate, or, grows new cells, turns over new cells. It's like once every 45 days, we are a brand new human. So the idea of taking something for just a couple of days and not feeling it really doesn't mean anything. It's an ever evolving, ever changing process. And the more we can fuel our bodies with really good nutrition and get outside and move our bodies and get fresh air and practice gratitude and all the things, the better we're going to feel long term, and the better option we have of turning back that metabolic clock. So just be consistent and stay with it, even if you aren't experiencing some big aha moment, because what is in these products is definitely, without a doubt, doing something good for your body at that cellular level. You are turning back time. You are healing your body or helping your body to heal. It's a miracle healing machine on its own, but it needs help because we challenge it every single day. So do everything that you can, whether or not you're having an aha moment.
Good advice. Just gonna say again, we didn't get where we are overnight. It's gonna take a little bit of time to reverse that, and being very consistent. And I know for me, one thing that I didn't mention is the new VMG Plus has a 30-day money back guarantee also, just like the Lifelong Vitality does. Now, there are people who are going to say, no, my Lifelong Vitality has changed my life so much, I'm not changing anything. And that's okay. Like, if you're getting what you need, then do it. One thing I would probably try to do is this, though, because this omega is so much better than what we had. And I love doTERRA for the fact that they will take something, and if it can be improved or the delivery can be improved, they're going to do it. And you guys, they put so much time in, like I said, with the frankincense capsules, they worked on those for 14 years to be able to get the science and the delivery and the technology and everything put in together for us. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, I could go on, like I said, for a long time. Okay, anybody else have anything? It's so much fun to see you guys on here. Like, I love seeing your faces. I get to go to Winnemucca soon. So yeah, I think that if you guys are, you've got the kit, you've got small areas, you've got friends, or you've got family, or you've got, wellness advocates that need to be educated, you guys get out there and let them see it, let them try it, let them taste it. I'm going to go to Winnemucca and then I'm headed over to Fallon. These are back in the good old Diamond Club days years ago, but I love being able to spread news and information on what I am so passionate about and what I believe in. And I think that the integrity of the company, I'm just going to go back to who we are, and our mission is to change the lives of people for the better good, to have products that we know are, that we can trust. That, you know, if you get a product, you guys, and you're unhappy with it, or you have questions on how to use it to get the best results, then reach out to the person who invited you here and make sure that you are, you know, understanding. Because what the last thing we want you guys to do is have a box full of something in the corner sitting there collecting dust and not getting the results because you weren't sure. Get it out, get it on you, get it around you, and reap the reward of all the benefits of it. Okay, JLo?
I just had Pat bite into one of the omegas, the new ones, and he said it's good, it's tasty, and he actually liked it. But he said that the capsule on the outside is more like a licorice. You have to kind of chew on it. So he was wondering, can you just spit it out?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I would swallow it. Because you got some residual in there. So there was a question in the chat. That if people are on their phones, they might not do the chat as easily. So I just wanted to reiterate that. So someone was asking if they can replace their Lifelong Vitality with the VMG Plus. Absolutely. But you're going to want to add the E Omega Plus. So yes, absolutely.
All right, you guys. So I'm going to be posting this video replay up in Good Vibes. So if you know somebody that's in there, they can go back in and watch the replay. Also, underneath this, and I'm going to title it, if you have questions that come up, or maybe I'll do a different thread. Maybe I'll just do a post that says, you know, new product questions. And if you have something like, can I give it to my horse, or can I give it to my I'm breastfeeding, can I use it? But we want to make sure that you guys are informed, and also if we don't have the answer to a question like that, we will research it and we'll find it. So I want to thank you guys for coming tonight. And yeah, I'm so excited to get all of this new stuff in my body. All right, you guys, have a great night. Thanks for joining.